See if it works.
Squatch America is live and wild. Bigfoot tales that'll make you smile. Grab your gear, it's time to go on the hunt with our live show.
Hello, Bigfoot enthusiasts. Scott here from Squatch America.
Nana, I forgot what I say. Domestic goddess, chief cook, and doggy mama. It's been a long time. I don't know what I am anymore. I'm Hannah, tired in the paddy wagon tonight.
So, did you miss us?
I missed us, sort of.
So, let's play the intro and we'll get into what we're talking about.
Squatch America.
Nope. Yes.
Squatch America, we're on the trail, chasing down a mystery through the rain and hail, with a knock on a tree and a howl in the night. With Squatch America, gonna get it right.
Hello. And hi, Lee. First one in the chat.
And Michelle and Renee and Stacy. All of our lady friends.
There we go.
Stacy said that they did miss us.
Oh.
Would someone adopt him?
All right. I had a paper up here with what we were going to talk about tonight, but it disappeared.
Is this it here?
No, not really. Nope.
Nope. Okay.
So we're winging it.
All right.
Well, actually, we have a couple really cool things to talk about. But first, we need to talk about what's been going on. And you can bear with us. This first half, we're going to
Whine a lot.
whine a lot.
Peppy, hi.
But the second half, I haven't been sitting on my laurels
Much.
much. But the second half, we have something that's coming, and you guys are going on this show get an entirely sneak preview of it. You're going to get the Reader's Digest version, but we've been trying to come up with something that would change the evidence gathering stuff for Bigfoot. And you guys, you know, I like to invent Bigfoot things.
Is this going to be better than Operation Pond Scum?
This is way better than Operation Pond Scum.
Although that was kind of fun.
Yeah. So this is coming up, and this is something that we're going to make available to everybody. So
It won't be free. Just heads up. It won't be free.
It's going to cost money, but it's going to be amazing. So.
And it'll have applications beyond Bigfooting.
Beyond Bigfooting and other stuff. So, and just like our bug spray, it will work.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, where have we been for the last month?
Let the whining begin.
Let the whining begin.
What's Lee saying? Did you let it?
On the standby page. What's the holler thingy on the standby page? That's interesting. I didn't know it was on the standby.
What's the standby?
Oh, the thing. Yes, that's what we're talking about in the second half.
Oh, okay. On the thumbnail.
That was on the thumbnail.
Got it. I didn't know what the heck the standby page was, but okay.
Okay.
It's the thumbnail.
It's the thumbnail. All right. So that's what we're going to get into, Lee. We'll be getting to that later. Let's see, Lee asked what the holler thing is. So think about it, folks. Think about it. Okay.
All right. Now, for reals, let the whining and ranting and kvetching begin.
Okay. So you guys, we've taken the last month off because we've had a whole lot of stuff in this last year, actually. And we've talked about that before, all the things that have been going on. We were shafted on a business opportunity, which literally broke us, not mentally and financially. My daughter passed away. Something I didn't talk about is that my older daughter, well, stepdaughter, and my passed away daughter's husband decided they didn't want anything to do with us, and they took the grandkids and moved away, and we're not allowed to see them anymore. So that was another thing that was kind of heavy on my heart.
We've kept that one pretty close to our chest.
Yeah, and I love those kids a lot. So that was another thing on top of it. Well, anyway, and then Hannah abruptly, without warning, losing her job.
They gave me 3 weeks notice.
Yeah.
There, you probably bumped the mic. Okay, so give us a 5x5 if you can hear us now.
Okay,
he was fiddling with the
mouse, and I accidentally touched something I shouldn't have. So
let's go back to, this was the grandkids.
Yeah. So after the grandkids, we were
that was after the grandkids. Then we got the business shafting, and then I got the whole job ripped out from under me, and now we're living on his VA and Social Security and the last dregs of our savings.
Yes, the last dregs of our savings.
Yeah.
So I want to thank, by the way, those of you, and you know who you are, who have been going to the website and purchasing stuff. I know you've been doing it for charity to help us, and thank you very much.
Actually, they're doing it because it works.
Yeah, and it works. So
yeah,
thank you guys so very much. So what we're up against is, I've been battling with, you know, all the stuff that happened to us last year, and fighting with the VA. And this is what I was going to say before we lost audio, is I put off fighting for this VA stuff, for my VA disability, which I deserve, and I probably should have got it
30 years
ago. But
were you going to fight for it 30 years ago?
I wasn't. And the reason was because I didn't want to have anything to do with the VA, because of what I saw them do to other people. Like way back in the day when, and we've talked about this before, when Hannah and I were actually ministers preaching in churches, we had a couple gentlemen who were on VA disability and who was on VA healthcare, and they were older, and I took it upon myself. They had 150 miles they had to drive to go to the VA hospital, and I would take them to their appointments, and I would see the way they were treated and misdiagnosed, and both of them passed away from stuff they shouldn't have, because I saw the healthcare system and it sucked. You know, and I've had some people in the chat say, well, at least you're in the, you know, it took you, what, 3 months?
It took
about 2 months, maybe?
I would say Yeah, 2 to 3 months
and
from
about 700 phone calls,
and finally a letter to our
and a
senator.
letter to the senator to get them to get me transferred into the system here in Texas.
The right system, because there's
The right-
more than one.
Yes.
There's more than
I
one.
tried to, it took me 3 months to get a doctor's appointment, my initial doctor's appointment into the VA. And once I did that, once the letter to a senator hit their desk, they called us right away. I mean, what's frustrating is one lady we called gave us a phone number to call this other person who could absolutely help us get this taken care of.
This is so funny.
Then
Funny, not funny.
Then after on the phone with them, with the lady who could absolutely help us, couldn't figure out how to help us. So she said, I'm going to give you a phone number to somebody who can absolutely help you, just like the last lady did. She gave me the phone, or she gave Hannah was on the phone. She gave Hannah the phone number that we called to talk to her.
She gave us her own phone number.
Her own phone number to call somebody who could help us. So anyway, so I got into my initial intake. They found a whole bunch of stuff wrong with me, especially my feet, which I hadn't felt. I'd lost feeling in my feet about 3 years ago, but we've been without health care for 5 years.
5 years.
So anyway,
5 years next month.
Yeah. So my feet are really screwed up. I've had years of arthritis, years of
plantar fasciitis, gout,
bone spurs, and
his feet are deformed.
Yeah.
Now I could tell you that, but and they got a fungus among us.
So anyway,
everything. If there's something wrong with you, could be wrong with your feet.
Here's a funny thing. They prescribed 8 medications for me that day. Now here's the stellar healthcare for you. They said go upstairs. The pharmacy is upstairs. You can go up and get your medications. We went upstairs to the pharmacy. We took the number to wait. We were the only one there, so they took us right in. The gentleman there said, okay, I've got all 8 of your prescriptions right here. We will mail them to you. 18 days later, we got the prescriptions.
Well, they came over about a 10-day period.
Well, okay, it took 10 days to get the first one. We didn't get the last one until 18 days later.
Yeah, so by the way, Sweetly Morbid Bear, I don't know if we know you, but yes, the VA is slower than molasses. That's because they have to go through 17 people to, we still haven't gotten any of your mileage reimbursement.
Right, and they're supposed to reimburse you for mileage to go to these clinics, which some of them are quite a long ways away.
But as far as now, the VA healthcare system is different than the Veterans Benefits system.
Yeah, don't forget, okay, so my disability
and
healthcare are 2 different things.
2 different feral animals.
And they will not
talk to
each other. So here's the deal. I've got problems that I am applying for VA benefits, disability for, that I have to get exams for. And then I have these problems that the VA medical system are treating me for. The 2 won't talk. So if I've got my bad feet, I have to get x-rays for that from disability so they can deny me. And 6 times. And from the medical system.
So they can give him special shoes and socks.
So they can say you have this problem and we are treating you for it, but we're going to deny the disability because
some external doctor didn't say the right words.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So to get these x-rays, and I've had chest x-rays, I've had knee x-rays, I've had feet x-rays. So between the 2 things, in the last month alone, I've had 36 x-rays. Do I look like I'm glowing? I've had 36 x-rays.
Gosh, you are such a... melodrama much? Anyway, I wanted to say, Sweetly Morbid Bear. Yes, he's got tinnitus, and that's one of. In fact, one of the appeals we're waiting on is they found him with tinnitus 6 months after we filed for it, after they originally denied it, and then they found for it, but they didn't retro pay. So that's the first appeal that we're waiting to see come through. Is like, give us our money.
Yeah. So
Oh,
they denied that for 6 months, and I had to go to 2 different hearing tests, the same one, twice, within what, about a month from each other, actually, right there, a couple months.
So I don't know. It all blurs
So
together.
every
in my
time you
forehead.
appeal something, you got to go get the X-rays and the tests all over again. Oh, and let me tell you about these tests. I'm kind of ranting. I know we said we were going to rant a little bit. Okay, so these tests. In order to speed things up, the VA had this brilliant idea. They're going to contract out to local contractors. Well, these local contractors saw a opportunity to get paid by the government. So they set up these local contractors. One of the hearing tests I took was in a lady's spare bedroom. One place I went to get a breathing test done because of asthma, because we were supposed to get those for burn pit stuff.
The PACT Act.
The PACT Act, that was supposed to be automatic. It's not.
No, you have to actually have a service-connected disability.
Right. And I was in Iraq and guarding oil well fires for over 6 months. So, well, Kuwait actually, but so the lung test was in a back room. Well, their office was in a back room. Their testing thing was in a closet in the back of a bank. We literally had to call them, and they had to come out to the parking lot to show us where to go. So,
oh, and then
some of this stuff is really
sketchy. And then,
sketchy.
And then, remember, we got there and we said, these are our orders. And they looked at them and said, well, we don't do those tests.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, one of them was for x-rays, and they're like, oh, we don't do x-rays. But you scheduled me to do x-rays here. Yeah, but we don't do that.
Yeah.
So we've had to go to.
We can't even keep
3,
count. And now
4, 5, 6, 7 different places. One place we've been to 3 times.
oh, and then we got to a place and we checked in and they said, your appointment was 3 hours ago. And we said, what? No, here's the paper that says it's now. Well, they changed it.
While we were driving there. I had a 1 o'clock appointment. We had a 3-hour drive to get there. So we were taking off. We were driving. They changed our appointment to 10 o'clock while we were driving to the 1 o'clock appointment.
Unfortunately, they said, well, that's okay. We'll get you in anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of all
it's
these.
ridiculous.
Yeah. And speaking of these appointments, too.
How many of you have seen Wicked? Ridiculous.
If you think they call you and say, when would be a good time for you to come to this appointment? They don't. They send you a thing and says, your appointment is here.
So
Hope you're free.
Actually, it's a really good thing that I haven't had any job responsibilities the last few months because it's like, yeah, our time is our own, but our time is not our own.
Yeah. Oh, and here's another funny one on my feet thing. The doctor prescribed, what are these called? Compression socks, which is a pain in the ass. Trust me. But
should we show them what you put them on with?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Get that out of here.
Yes. I don't know if I can get it up.
They sent me this contraption to put my socks on.
This is what he puts his socks on with. I can put his socks on, but that's like wrestling an alligator into a stocking.
Yeah.
And so he can sort of sometimes put his own socks on now with that. But if they get on crooked, then he has to call me and say, help me.
So we went to the foot care place, and they said, you can pick up your socks here, and they said, oh no, we have to make an appointment to fit them. I'm like, okay. So 2 weeks later, we got to go to the appointment to get the socks. They showed me how to put them on, all that stuff, fitted them, whatever, and then they said, we've denied your shoes. And I said, oh, okay, fine, whatever, And then yesterday or the day before, they called us and said, we need to set up an appointment for you to come pick up your shoes. I'm like, I thought they were denied.
Well, we saw your x-rays.
Yeah, nobody knows what's going on.
The right hand and the left hand do not know what each other's. In fact, the thumb and the index finger do not know. They cannot touch. Okay. The VA does not have opposable thumbs.
Yeah, they don't.
I say Bigfoot is more adept at everything than the VA. It's so. Oh, yeah. Goodness gracious.
So this is why I put off like 20 years of not doing this. But now we're in a spot where it's make or break for us. So
and once he gets, our attorneys have said, here's the strategy.
And that's another thing too that pisses me off.
We've got good attorneys.
I know. Is the reason why do I have to have attorneys to get my VA benefits?
Yeah. I told you that because I've worked in the government, and the job of the government is to make 8,000 billion promises and then have workers to deny you.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Eligibility is all about not making people eligible, but finding them ineligible.
Yeah.
So that is that particular game. What was I going to say? I don't know.
So that's what we've been going through, and we're still going through it. We probably
the attorneys. We've got an amazing legal team out of Florida who is handling the disability stuff for us. They are just on top of everything. And their strategy right now, you're sitting at 40%. Their strategy right now, they says we need to get him up to 70%, and then we file permanent unemployability, and that will bump him automatically to 100%. So then
we'll be financially fine.
I am confident that we're going to see that by August 31st.
Yeah. Because if we don't, we're broke.
Yeah, we really are.
By August 31st.
If y'all would like to go to buymeacoffee.com and just start buying $5 coffees, if you buy each of us.
Or follow us on Patreon.
You can on buymeacoffee.com, you can donate however much you want.
Or I would rather you went to
our store
and
just bought us out
and just buy stuff.
Buy our book. We will autograph books until the cows come home.
Go to Amazon, look up Squatch America.
Actually, we've got books right here.
Or you can buy them through our
store.
Our store. If you buy them through our store,
we'll autograph them. Give them away as Christmas presents.
Yeah, or something, because we've I think on Amazon we have sold 14 books. But we have 90 or maybe 80 here that we bought. So
anyway, yes, and okay, you can like and subscribe. That's great.
That's also helps.
You can also join our channel for however much a month.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know,
$5 I think it is,
or something. You can join our channel. So literally at this point, up until 2 months ago, YouTube.
I understand.
Our money, the money that we got on YouTube and Patreon directly went to supporting the Fallen Outdoors. And honestly, right now it's supporting us until money comes through. Now, I did get good news today.
Okay.
All of those of you who are waiting for me to get a job, I've got several applications out, some of which he doesn't know about, because I don't want to get his hopes up. Because there's one that he would just like die if he knew I had applied for. I'll share that in a minute. But I just got notified by our school district here that they would like me to be a substitute teacher, and they sent me the first training online training today to go through towards that, and the training didn't work. So you want to hear what I applied for the other day?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So y'all know how we feel about our nation. I applied to be a scriptwriter for a conservative news podcast,
Ooh, there we go.
like a Glenn Beck type scriptwriter.
Ooh, how fun. That'd be fun. That'd be awesome.
That yes, thank you, Lee.
Uh-huh.
Hoping for the right job. And I did also pick up an application today. I would really rather do something remotely, so I wouldn't have to go into a job. And
Right,
so,
because that'd be easier for us when they assign us appointments we have to go to.
yeah. But I did pick up an application today to be a library assistant.
Okay.
How exciting. I have more education than their entire staff put together, but
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hannah's got
Too many degrees.
too many degrees.
I
She's
do.
got 3 master's degrees and a couple.
1 bachelor's and 2 associates, and
2 associates, 1 bachelor's, and 3 master's degrees.
a few odd certifications and this, that, the other thing. All right, are we ready for something?
Yeah, I was gonna play a quick commercial.
Joe Pass, if you are listening, I know you got Starlink, and you better have gotten it through our link. Go.
Yeah. Oh, the Starlink thing?
Yes. Imagine having high-speed internet no matter where you are. With Starlink, that dream is now reality. No more buffering, lag, or limited access. Starlink connects you to ultra-fast, reliable internet anywhere on Earth. From seamless streaming to intense gaming and productivity, Starlink empowers you to do it all. And here's the best part. Sign up using our exclusive link and get your first month free. Don't miss out on the future of internet. Click the link in our description to get started today. Starlink, revolutionizing internet, one connection at a time. Join now. The new Starlink dishes don't do the whoop whoop
Yeah.
whoop anymore. They just sit there and
they just
catch
sit-
everything.
Yeah. You just have to throw them out on the lawn and you're fine. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, folks, rant over.
Are you sure?
I'm not really. Hi, Mark. Glad to see you from
All right.
down under. All right.
Mark, I want to thank you for having
Yes.
such good things. You had such good things to say about the book.
We appreciate it. That
Yeah.
was pretty
If
awesome.
you would be so kind as to go to Amazon, look it up, and leave a review.
Leave
that
a
would be
review,
easy.
yes.
If you have read the book, go to Amazon. Whether you got it on Amazon or not, please go back to Amazon and leave your 5-star review for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those really do help because we didn't have the best launch ever. I haven't had time to relaunch it, but the more reviews people leave and the higher star ratings it gets, the more it's all algorithms, folks. The
Yeah.
more interaction things get, the more it gets shoved out there. But how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
How am I feeling?
You're sleeping better. What did they give you? They gave you some magic sleeping pills.
Oh, they give me melatonin to take.
Which means I'm sleeping better because he's sleeping better. He's not snoring like a freight train.
Yep.
So
how am I feeling? I'm feeling better.
are the compression socks working?
Yeah, I'm starting to get feeling back in my feet. That's a weird thing.
He said, he put them on. He says, oh my gosh, my feet hurt. They're tingling. I said, that's because you can feel them again.
Yeah. So I'm on the mend. Like I said, after my daughter passed away, to be honest with you guys, I went down kind of a deep hole.
Which is to be expected. Not too surprising.
Right, for a while. And I'm dealing with some PT. In fact, my biggest percentage that I'm getting paid for from the VA is PTSD problems. So
In fact, when he went, he was originally diagnosed for the disability. When he went in for his first round of care from the healthcare system, they assessed him as well, and they said, well, this needs to be a higher diagnosis. So they they increased his diagnosis to the next step up. So, and that is something that I've been telling you for 30 years, 28 years, about the day we got married.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the day you threatened to cut the rope and let me fall to my death off the cliff. That something was wrong.
It wasn't
really a funny story.
Mean thing. It was, she was hanging on a tree and wouldn't take the next step.
I think I had blacked out by
then. She
then.
had locked up, and I said, I'm going to cut this rope and you're going to fall to your death. So you got a choice, make a step
or die.
Or die. So she made the step. So that was encouragement. Yeah.
Do you know the funny thing? I don't even remember. I remember getting as far as the tree, and I don't remember. The next thing I remember is falling and spraining my ankle. And you said, I cannot get an ambulance up here. You're going to have to get down the mountain.
Yeah.
Our honeymoon was anything
but... That was our honeymoon. We were hiking at 10,000 feet, rock climbing and stuff on our honeymoon.
Good Lord.
Because we're bright people, I guess.
Well, I could tell you what was not happening on that honeymoon.
So
I tell you, I write about my honeymoon in something I'm working on right now.
Okay.
Cool. People who buy my Feed Your Fat course will hear all about it.
All right. All right. So thank you all for all the blessings in the chat. I'm reading them, and I love you guys. It's awesome. Thank you very much. So you want to get into the Bigfooting stuff that I had hinted at earlier. Now we're going to talk about Bigfoot, but we're going to talk about something very interesting. So in all this time that we have been off the air and going through this whole VA stuff, I've also used it to get creative. I love building things. I love inventing things. I love thinking things
And we haven't even talked about the boat.
Oh yeah. One of the things we did, we found a 1973 General Marine, not General Motors, but General Marine 14-foot tri-hull fiberglass boat that had been sitting in a field, we're guessing from 2009? From 2005.
20 years.
It's been sitting in a farmer's field. And
growing things.
Yeah.
Things grew up through the boat.
It's got a 1973 Johnson, which is a coveted. It's a 50 horsepower 2-stroke Johnson motor. Which,
how much could you sell that for?
Oh, it is coveted. It's a $2,000 motor that's on there, even though it's a 1973. If it runs, but I'm going to make it run. I've got skills. So we pulled this out. I think we paid $250.
And we've put about have we put what, $500-600 into it so far?
Yeah. So that's my therapy. I am ripping this thing down to the hull and the trailer. I've got the trailer completely taken apart. It's going to be a brand new trailer when I'm done with it.
And we're doing all of this not in our campsite.
Yes, I'm not doing it in my campsite. We got in trouble, but we're
doing it in the overflow parking lot that is directly adjacent to
our campsite, and they can't complain about that. So that's pretty awesome. So anyway, that's been my therapy. I'm going to put this boat back together, and then we'll either flip it for money
or name it Squatch and Release and go fishing.
Go fishing. So that's what, because we live on a lake.
At least we do until December 9th.
Yeah. And then I don't know where we live. But so back to squatching stuff. So you guys have heard me talk about and I've done videos on my idea about time syncing 3 audio recorders, putting them in the woods, and recording sounds, and hopefully you get a Bigfoot howl or tree knocks or whatever on it, and then being able to, because you know the location, of each of these, and you got the timestamp, which is accurate for these 3 recorders. So you could actually literally triangulate where that sound came from.
That was your idea.
That was my idea. So I talked to my son,
Who is much, much smarter.
My son is a literal freaking genius.
He's like, you know who he's like? Now, these are all our peeps, right?
Uh-huh.
We're all about the same age. Who here watched The Pretender? Remember that show from was it the 90s?
Yeah.
The Pretender?
Yeah, I think it was 80s or 90s.
Yeah, I think it's the 90s because my old roommate and I, Colleen, we used to watch it together. Had Jared, and he would just pretend to be different things. He would read up on it, and then he could
do it.
Well, our son is like a mix of Jared and Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory and like Doogie Howser. I mean, he just is all the most brilliant.
Yeah, it's one of the things about him is actually he's a diesel mechanic.
Yes.
And actually he's won contests. He's like one of the top diesel mechanics in the country. He works on semi-trucks. And
I didn't know they had like diesel mechanic.
They do have diesel mechanics Olympics, and he's won them.
Yeah.
But he's got every certification on the planet. The thing about my son, here's the cool thing about my son, is
he is very Spock-like, actually.
Yeah, if he reads something or sees something, he doesn't forget it.
He's got a completely eidetic memory.
Yes, so I can ask him the torque specifications on something he saw 15 years ago, and he will tell me what those bolts, what those torques are. You know, people in his shop he works in, they don't bother looking stuff up. They holler, "Dustin, what's this?" And he'll give them a part number or whatever off the top of his head.
He could tell you what the part number from this year's catalog, you know,
and the matching ones to it.
Yeah,
he's just that kind of guy. So anyway, so I call him up and I said, "Dust." His name's Dustin. I said, "Dust."
Named after Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah. He named him after Rain Man.
Probably not too far from the truth.
So anyway, I asked him, is there a way we could somehow electronically sync 3 audio recorders to get their times synced perfectly? Like some way to plug them together to sync them like this. And he goes, "Let me think about it." And a few weeks later, he said, "I have a better idea.
I just taught myself coding.
I just taught myself to code. And let's write a program, and I'm going to build you some things that'll work." And I said, "Well, how do you want them?" He asked me, "How do you want them to work?" So I told him, "Well, if we're going to do this, this is what we need, blah, blah, blah." And he said, "Okay, this is what we can come up with. What's your idea about this? What's your idea?" Oh, so he and I have been literally on video calls
every single freaking night.
Every single freaking night for months. And we are this close to being done.
Yes, and he literally did teach himself coding in like a weekend.
So
he could do this.
So he wrote the code. He made the
stereo or the prototypes.
The prototypes. We collabed on parts. He's putting them together right now. So I'm going to give you an idea of what we're about to do.
And this is where I'm going to shut up because I don't understand any of this nonsense.
Yeah, she's like, He
tried to explain it to me. I just went, "So when this works, you're going to be able to know where the Bigfoot howl came from?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "That's all I need to know."
It's way more than that. So here's what we're going to do. This is what we came up with. It is something that it's in the process of being built right now. We are field testing it right now. We're doing the R&D on it. this is what we are calling right now. The working project name is called the Hal Point Array.
Isn't that?
So this is something I want to do, you know, because my current physical condition, I can't go out Bigfooting so much like I used to. And there's a lot of young bucks out there who are getting into this, and I want to give them the advantages I never had. So this is one of the things we are building for the Bigfoot community that we came up with. So imagine, if you will. Who says that? Imagine, if you will. Okay.
I have no idea.
You had.
Oh wait, no, I do. That was Rod Serling
Rod
from
Serling.
the
Yeah,
Twilight
exactly.
Zone.
Yeah.
Imagine, if you will,
Imagine, if you will.
a world in which people have pig snout noses.
Yeah. So imagine, if you will.
That show traumatized.
Yes.
That particular episode.
If you had
traumatized me.
a device, and we've already designed it, my daughter, my youngest daughter, who drew up the CAD drawings, and we are going to, we're going, for the prototypes, we're going to send away and get them 3D printed. But once we get that worked out, we're going to, after we get all the prototypes and stuff done and make sure this thing works like it's supposed to, we're going to do a Kickstarter in order to buy the parts, our own 3D printer, to start manufacturing these things. So
and to do that, we're going to need to have a house and property and a workshop by
Yeah.
then. So keep those prayers and warm fuzzies coming.
So, oh, Mike Prime, former AutoCAD guru. There you go.
All right, Mike, we're going to be chatting with you.
So imagine a device this size with an antenna. It's going to have a shorter antenna on it, though. Imagine this size. It's the size of my hand. Imagine you had 7 of those, and you had one of them is a little bit bigger. It's about the size of this. This is what we are calling right now
The mothership.
the mothership, or mother. So you're going to have 8 devices. You'll have 7 like this, 1 a little bit bigger. That's the mothership.
So let me.
Well,
So this is the cube,
the cube.
and these are the drone ships.
Yep. Those are the drone ships.
I've been watching a lot of TNG commentary. Can
Uh-huh.
you tell?
And Stacy's way ahead of us. I see that. This is actually
Very similar.
very similar. So on this is the actual program my son wrote. Now this here is the dumbed down test version simulator, so we can show you what this looks like. But it's going to be way more than just this one. I mean, we've got the final product done. I've seen it and how it works. This is just the one that we're going to use as a dumbed down version simulator for you guys to get an idea of how this works. So you have these nodes here. Each one of these dots is one of your things. You went out and like this and you hung it in the woods. Do you need to get the GPS location of each one of these? No, you do not. They know where they are. They get their own GPS location.
Why don't you walk them through from the very beginning?
Okay,
from
so-
start to finish.
So you find some place in the world, and look, an interactive map. Isn't this amazing? So you go out into the world, you find your squatching spot, you put out 8 of these,
7 of those.
or 8.
Well, because
Well,
you got the mothership.
Okay, so you have 8 of these in the woods. You can place these a half a mile from each other. And they all do not have to be a half a mile from the mothership. Just one of them has to, because they will relay their information through each other back to the mothership. And they work on a radio signal, not Wi-Fi, not cell, a radio signal. So you set these out in the woods. When you turn the mothership on, it's going to ping all of them. And then all of them is going to tell the mothership where they are. You can actually, like, I don't like where this one's at. A week later, you can go back. You can pick one up, move it, put it somewhere else. You don't have to tell the mothership anything. She'll ping it and figure out where it's at.
Where did you go, son?
I found,
Oh, I'm over here.
okay. They talk to each other.
Are these AI enhanced?
No, they're not.
Okay, so all
They're
of you
all
who are
algorithms. Yeah.
so
Well, they're computer programs.
okay, so all of you who are wigging out about AI, you don't have to worry. This is not Skynet
Yeah.
yet.
So here's some stuff that that's not on this program that I'm going to be showing you that they do. You can regulate the gain on the microphones. You can regulate how long they ping or how long the sound takes to get from one to the other. They're generally set up, we're setting them at 5 seconds, because if there's a sound loud enough to reach a half a mile in 5 seconds, you'll be able to triangulate it. It will, it'll regulate the sound, the incoming gain in storms. Gosh, it does so much.
Okay, can we keep it super simple?
No. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to simulate an event. So what happens if there's a Bigfoot howl, there's a tree knock, or bird chirps in the forest? I mean, you can code those out too, by the way.
Yeah. So
so what happens? This will happen. 3 nodes will see it. It'll flash what 3 nodes saw it, and it'll place a dot on your map
where it happened.
So you'll be able to go up here to the timeline. You'll see. So what you're going to do is you'll take your laptop, and we're going to work on a phone app for it. That's a little more complicated than the laptop app, but you can be able to take your laptop once a week, go out to the mother thing, hook it up Wi-Fi to the mothership. It'll download all this information to this program you're looking at right here, and it'll say, I've pinged 7 different sound events. So let's simulate a bunch of sound events. So all this stuff has happened.
And all of this is above a certain decibel level, so
Yes,
it's not pinging. It's not pinging the squirrels that are
right,
that are trying to drive you crazy.
Okay, and then it'll also show you this. Every hour, it's going to do this, and if you can see this list up here, it'll tell you node 1 is battery power is blah blah blah. Here, let me, if I can show this, I'll pull this down and we'll stretch this out so you can see this. Let's say node 1, its status, its battery's at 38%. Right now we've done the math on it. The batteries on these things are internal. You can USB recharge them or hook up a little solar panel to them. The only one that's going to have a solar panel built on it is the mothership, because it's power hungry. But you should be able to leave these in the woods for 7 days without having to charge them, because they go to sleep until they hear a sound. So all the nodes out here are basically sleep. When they hear a sound, they send the signal to the mothership and says, hey, I just heard a sound. Has any of the other nodes heard a sound? And they say, yes, I heard that sound too. And it's at this timestamp. Every hour, these nodes will update their time with the GPS signal from the satellites, because in a 24-hour period, the crystal clocks that are in these things will lose 0.00003 of a second every day, and it'll keep these update every hour. So the time codes will be exactly right. You will get the time, the GPS location, the amplitude of the sound from each of the nodes, every time there's a sound in the woods.
Okay, let's stop talking the
Okay.
nerd talk because I can't. I just can't follow you anymore. Wah, 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 wah. Bigfoot. Wah, 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 wah. Noise. Wah. Okay, gotcha. So Lee said that you need to be able to deploy them by drone.
That'll be down the road.
That'll be version 2. How about drones with lidar? Version 3.
Yeah.
Mike said triangulate it on a booger. That's the point.
Yeah, you can triangulate on the booger. That's the thing. That's the whole point. You'll be able to know exactly where that, if there's a tree knock, this will tell you exactly the GPS location within 10 feet of where that sound came from.
And that was the point, because when you have the exact location, you know where to go look for evidence.
That's the key. I'm going to go there. I'm going to find that stick or the rock it hit the tree with. I'm going to find the footprint of where they were.
Or I'm going to find a dreadlock, or I'm going to find something.
Right. And I can look for hair. I can look for whatever. This will tell you exactly where that sound came from. It'll tell you the amplitude of the sound. So it'll count.
Katie's laughing at me,
I know.
by the way.
Katie's in the chat. She's our CAD girl.
Mark wants to know, what area will these sensors cover? So
okay, so here's where these areas will cover. Now, like I said, these covers they will cover a half a mile from each other. So technically, you can put them in a straight line, though you're not going to get a very good triangulation that way. But technically, if you put them in a straight line, you can cover 4 miles. Or you can spread them out a half a mile from each other. And we can add up to 20 of these things. So if you want to go...
if you want to make a really good investment, you can have 20 units.
I don't know how big a 20 miles or a 20 half mile, that's 10 mile circumference.
Okay, let's say
so you can cover a 10 mile circumference.
I say easily with the base set, which is 7 units, and the mothership, you can cover, you could easily have what, like 2 square miles?
More than that.
Okay, I'm not gonna...
what's 8 times a half a mile, which is 4 miles. So you can do a 4 mile circle with them, basically. It's a long ways. And the thing about it is they work wherever you put them. So anywhere in the United States, you can slap these down and they will know where they're at. And you don't have to log where they're at. They know, and they will tell you where they're at. So, like I said, and you can move them around too if you want. Like I said, but they can go up to half a mile. They can go further than a half a mile if they got clear line of sight, but in the forest, half a mile is about as far as you can put them apart. Which is, and a half a mile is roughly 1,500 feet, so 300 yards. From each other. And another cool thing we've thought about this, is if you're camping somewhere, you can put these like in 2 different rings. You can put one in a half mile ring. You can put like 4 of them in a half mile ring around your camp, and then 4 of them a little closer in. And you basically got a perimeter alarm, digital perimeter alarm. You turn the gain up on the mic and you hear a footstep or a crunching on the ground. It'll catch it and alert you right there on your computer screen. Yeah. So Mark said you could place these where you've had an encounter, where someone else has reported an encounter. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you can put them anywhere. Yeah. And like I said, and they can cover a lot of territory. Trust me, a half a mile in the woods. That's a long ways, actually. Yeah. A 4 mile circle in the woods is a long ways. So these will be able to, and like I said, and you'll get hourly updates on the logs on whatever's happened, the status of each of the nodes. their battery power. If they're working or not working, they'll even say, hey, I've got a problem. Now, here's the cool thing. Because we want to keep this very power, then one of the things we thought about that we needed to do is make sure we kept the power limited, so you can leave it out longer. Like the only one that's going to have a built-on solar panel recharger is the mothership, and it's going to have twice the batteries of everything else, because it's the one thing that
Has to keep going.
has to keep running, listening to when one of the others talk to it. So what you can do is you can do this every day if you want, or every other day, or once a week or whatever. You can go out and recharge them about once a week. You'll be fine. But you can go every day. You can walk up to the mothership, open your laptop, and these have touchscreens on them too. And say, hey, what's happened last night? And it'll download all this information to your laptop. All this stuff. This stuff up here.
Renee is concerned about not being able to fart in the woods now.
Yeah.
The good news is, here's the good news. You can set them only register sounds that are above this decibel level.
Yeah, you can do that.
So
too.
unless you have like supersonic farts, I think you'll be all right. Okay.
And Lee says, how high up do they have to be? They doesn't matter. You can put them as high as you want, or you can put them on the ground. Doesn't matter.
Pappy wants to know if they'll work for those reported metal door closing sounds. So it will pick up a UFO
yes.
landing. It depends on how loud they are.
So here's the deal. In order to conserve power, and because transferring the audio recordings would be the most power use thing there is. So here's the deal. Each of these nodes will record the sound that they heard, and they'll log it at the mothership, and then mothership will talk to your laptop and tell you everything that's going on. So if you say nodes, like here, it says node 6, 7, and 8 at this time here's one, a loud one. Node 8, 3, and 7 heard this thing at 81 decibels at this such and such time. So you can go to node, so you take your laptop, you go to node 8, and you say, hey, node 8, wake up. I want you to download your audio recordings to my laptop. And it will download its audio recordings to the laptop. At that point, with the laptop, you can delete them in the node to save space, or you can leave them there, it don't matter. And you will have the audio recordings on your computer, and you will have the timestamps on the audio recordings and the GPS location from this program to tell you exactly what that sound. You can listen to it and say, hey, that was a Sasquatch. Or you can listen to it and say, oh, that was an elk fart.
Hopefully it didn't pick up the elk fart, because you've got it set not to pick that up, but whatever.
So you can go to this program here. I'm going to open this.
Why don't you just
come on. Oh shoot, here, we'll do it this way. All right, so I'm trying to get this bigger. Here we go. Why is that so hard to, there we go. Finally, there we go. So it was like this here. These are the sound events we simulated. So you can go to this sound event. You can click on here. You can click here, type in elk fart.
Elk wind passage. Wind passage.
And you can do that. If you notice up here, it updated to what it was in your log.
That is one hell of a fart.
And so this one heard it, this one heard it, and that one heard it. So you can go back to other ones. Hey, this one here is an elk fart. Oh, you can just leave that in there and just update that one too. Like, okay, so that was the elk fart that we heard from these.
And when you get this, is it going to come with that listing of the common decibel levels of different things you might hear in the woods?
Right. And
so that you can rule things out. If an elk bugle is 75 decibels, and you get a lot of 75 decibel hits, let's say at the beginning of summer, you kind of know probably elk bugling.
Right.
You don't have to follow up on that.
But you can follow up on it because you can go back to your node, download the sound, and listen to it yourself.
Yes, exactly.
And the other thing too, if it's picked up on, say, 4 of these things, say you do get a Bigfoot howl or a tree knock, it's picked up on 4 of these mics, you'll have 4 recordings with the exact same timestamp from 4 different microphones
and the same sound
of the same sound that you can lay on top of each other and get a better sound from, like a stereo version of the sound that you can listen to. So you'll get better sound recordings because it's picked up by multiple mics. You can overlay them with each other to clarify the sound.
You can do all the tech wizardry stuff on them.
Yeah.
You know what? It's after we've gone over our hour.
Okay, but so
in the chat,
I want you guys to throw that to me.
They've said everything. How does it sound? We're getting some good feedback from you, but is this something? I'm just gonna be honest. And the other thing this can be used for is like when you're going out and trying to find an area to hunt. Like when you're scoping out your hunting area.
Yeah, actually, hunters can use it. Well, actually, there's some states that it's against the law to use any type of electronics. You can't fly drones to look for animals and stuff, but some states you can.
But this is different.
But another thing too.
Are there states where they say you can't use game cams?
No.
Well, these are kind of like game cams. They're just
sound cams.
These are game mics.
Right, but it gives you exact locations of where the sound came from. But another cool thing is we thought bird watchers might like these because they can listen to the chirp of a bird and be able to tell what bird that was and where that bird was when he chirped.
So anyone who's a middle-aged person might be interested in this because that marks your passage into middle age is when you start downloading the bird identification apps.
Yeah, and then another thing you can do is, like I mentioned before, is you can put these around your campsite and leave your laptop open and the mothership at your campsite, and you can literally track footsteps walking into your, with the dots on your screen, you can actually watch something walk into your campground. That would have helped me in Wisconsin with a bear.
Fun time.
Because he was right next to me before I heard him.
He was right out. He was 10 feet from our camp, actually, one night, because Barnaby heard him right outside his camper.
Yeah.
All right. Are we at the end of this?
So
I feel like Benny in The Big Bang Theory, listening to Sheldon and Leonard and the weird Jewish guy.
Yeah. So, yeah. And Lee said Daisy alerted about the bear too. And Lee said her hunting people would like that too.
Her hunter dude, her hubby.
Her hunter dude, yeah. So this is in the works. We'll be doing a Kickstarter when we get.
We'll probably do the Indiegogo like we did before.
Yeah, or Kickstarter, one of the two.
Indiegogo is awesome for tech stuff.
Okay, so we'll be doing that in order to get the stuff we need to mass produce. Is what I'm saying. Right now, my son is in his basement or his garage, actually, soldering all this stuff together, and to get this to work. But like I said, they'll be the size of a walkie-talkie. This is about how big they are.
And the Kickstarter, the crowdfunding
will be able for us to get the setup to mass
That's
produce.
not what I was going to say.
Oh, that's
So when you invest through the crowdfunder, that will be either an 8, a 12, a 16, or a 20.
well. We're gonna shy away from the 20. But,
Okay, so you'll have you can pick what size package you get.
yeah, the minimum is 3 because that's what the minimum you need to triangulate stuff. Right now, I don't even want to guess on how much the system is going to cost, but I'm going to tell you this: it's not going to be
thousands of dollars.
It won't. It's going to be more like game camera prices. So,
yeah, we want to make it accessible and still pay our rent. Right?
Right. Oh yeah, Thomas Burns said that'd be a great idea to be able to set up an ambush. That's right. So if you're getting Bigfoot sounds, tree knocks, and stuff from the same location over and over and over, because you know exactly where that location is now, that would be able. You can set up traps there, and using the map on it too, as if something's walking and hitting trees or howling, you'll be able to track it. So every time it made a sound. And even if they're walking close to one of these things and they're stomping on the ground and it reaches a certain decibel level, you'll be able to track every freaking footstep, GPS locate every footstep it heard. So.
All right. Anything else, or can we let these fine people go? I'm actually about to fall asleep.
All right.
Not from boredom. I'm really tired. Because guess what the doctor did tell this man he needed to do? You got it in your oh, that's the other thing. So I'm going to go back to the VA. Changing the subject back. Within 48 hours, you can see every little bit that happened to you at the VA. All the doctor's notes, all of the lab results. And then 2 weeks later, he gets it all in paper. It's like, man, y'all, stop wasting the postage. Anyway. On the report, the doctor said 150 minutes of cardio activity a week. You're so excited about that, aren't you?
I am.
And so when I say, let's go swimming right now, he says, you're killing me. You're trying to kill me.
Yeah, we've been taking advantage of since we're in an RV park that has a swimming pool, we've been exercising in the pool. So,
and he hates it. He gives me hell every time. I
know, but I do it anyway. So.
He's scared to let me go alone. So, but
this all sound. I see what you did there, Renee. This all sounds fantastic.
Fascinating.
It sounds. Get it? Sounds fascinating. It's a sound.
Yeah. Stacy said she's glad most things are on an upswing. I'm trusting they're on an upswing. I would like to see more evidence of the upswing, like easily recognizable evidence, like maybe a surprise deposit from the VA in our bank account tomorrow morning. That'd be great. That'd be great. Gonna have to go watch Office Space now.
Yeah. All right, folks. So, thank you very much.
And as always,
they
changed everything. He doesn't know where his slides are. I don't know where his slides are. But remember, it's our job to investigate the unexplained.
Not to explain the uninvestigated.
So until the next time we come back, I don't know when that's going to be, but you keep watching and
we'll keep squatching and inventing stuff.
Yes. And so until we can get back out there, y'all go out and find Bigfoot.
That was my line.
That damn Sasquatch.
They're squatching, they're searching, they're cracking some jokes. It's Scott and Hannah,